WDXE News on the air. 1951 is the legend. 105.3, 95.3.
Speaking of legends,
Not me.
Stanley Wilson is in here, man, and we're gonna talk with Stanley about anything and everything, but mainly financial planning. Eventually, something like that. Eventually.
Today we're going to talk about real estate.
Well, are we really?
Yep.
I don't know anything about real estate.
I figured you did.
Well, that's interesting. You said that. You told me that we might do that, so I'm excited about that. That'll be kind of neat.
Well, I did some little research about the. It's called the, what is it called? The 21st Century Road to Housing Act.
21st Century Road to Housing Act.
Yep, it got passed last week. Well, went into law last week. Trump didn't sign it because he's mad because they won't sign the his big beautiful bill or
no, it's the
voters ID.
It's the voter ID thing, the Save America Act.
Save America Act. That's right.
The Save America Act, which I don't blame you for being mad about that.
Well, he's trying to get the Republicans of all people in the Senate.
Yeah, I know.
To get it.
I don't understand. Well, I do understand it. They just like that much control.
Yeah,
all of them.
But this bill passed bipartisan. I mean, it passed big time.
Well, explain the bill to us.
Well, we'll get into that. Well,
all right,
we will.
We will.
Let's
we'll
talk about some community events.
Well, let's do that first.
This is the Harvest Financial Hour about community wealth, health, and community is what I'm trying to say.
I like that. I like that.
I'm going to have. I hope to have a guest next week. I know I'll have a guest the week after. That's when the James Vaughn festival starts at Crockett Theater that Wednesday. And then the first Wednesday in August, I'm going to have a special guest here too about something else. So
okay, well,
I know you're getting tired of looking at my ugly face every Wednesday.
I don't get tired of you, man, not at all. And you know what else though? Is speaking of community, tomorrow night at the Crockett Theater, we've got the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra coming.
Yeah, I heard your advertisement earlier.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I like big band.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
I like the big band swing and
Now, what time is that?
I think the doors will open at 6. It probably starts at 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to last Sunday's matinee of the Gentleman from the Cane.
Really, I did too. I was there Sunday.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see you, but there was a good crowd there.
There was a good crowd.
There was a few seats open, but there was a good crowd there.
Yeah, a lot of talent on the stage there for that.
Yeah,
and I was amazed at the effort and the costume effort. And
I know.
The period costumes were pretty neat. They put a lot of effort into that, man. Yeah,
they did, and it showed the start of our county. The big controversy, the feud between Crockett and Buchanan, I think is his name.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Where to put the county seat, but they wound up putting it right there where it is now.
Yeah. Well, you know, from the what little bit I know about the history of Crockett, he was a feisty fellow.
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't want to settle down. He wanted to be on the move.
Yeah, that's what they portrayed him that way for sure.
And his wife wanted him to settle down.
Yeah.
And then they had the flood that wiped out his business.
Yeah.
And so they picked up roots and moved on. But I always heard that he left town owing a bunch of bills. But then I was reading in there that he came back like a year and a half later and got everybody settled up.
Settled his accounts. Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, you know, the song that Tabitha Stedman sang, his wife, in this, that was a haunting song.
Oh, I know, yes.
And she does such a good job with it.
It was great. She was a great...
Yeah, she's a wonderful singer. And that song would just kind of rip your heart out.
We're sitting in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, watching that performance is like professionals.
Yeah,
just about.
Pretty neat, isn't it?
But there was a lot of community people there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Somebody asked me about the fellow that played Crockett. I don't know that I know him. Did you know him?
I don't know him.
I don't know. I guess he's local. I'm sure he is.
On program.
But I maybe somebody can give us a little more information. He did a good job.
Yeah.
All of them did. They did a good job. And of course, a lot of those folks have been involved in the community theater for years. You know, they've been doing it.
I know.
A lot of them been doing it, and
well, it was kind of neat.
Really dedicated to it.
Well, in the program, they showed the original cast from
Yeah.
all the other years of the production.
Yeah.
And
I didn't end up getting the program. I guess they ran out of them or something.
Oh, you didn't get one?
I didn't get one of the programs. So, but
it was kind of neat to look back on all that and see the people that had been part of it.
somewhere along the way, Stanley, I have acquired some history books, Lawrence County history books. Some of them that I think Bobby Alford did some.
Yeah.
And I've got some others at my office that I have acquired. You know, these auctions sometimes there'll be boxes of books and stuff, and along the way I have picked up some local history books, and I've kept them at the office there. So I've got, in fact, 2 or 3 of them are displayed out in my lobby. So kind of neat.
Well, that is neat.
Yeah.
I went to the church this weekend. Ben Luna is the new pastor out at Mars Hill Methodist Church.
Yeah, I think it was his first message
first
there.
Sunday.
Yeah, how did he do? Did you go?
Yeah, it was good, and he told a story about a aviator was looking for a place to land because his plane. This was in the 1920s, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was looking for a land, and he couldn't. He found a little strip of land, and it was in Lawrence County, right here.
Oh, okay.
So he landed the plane, and the people saw. You know, back then airplanes were a novelty.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't see them every day.
Right.
So they all rushed out to him, and he climbed out, and he was a big, tall, skinny guy. Well, it's Charles Lindbergh,
No way.
and I didn't know that.
Charles Lindbergh landed in Lawrence County?
Yeah, and they fed him and gave him a place to sleep, and the next day he got up and took off, and of course, I think that was before his transatlantic flight that
Oh,
made
wow.
him famous.
Wow. Isn't that something?
But yeah, I mean, I never had heard that story. So
I don't think I have either. I've never heard that.
so Charles Lindbergh.
How about that? You never know what you may find out.
Go to church and find out the history.
You know what? I just noticed something I did wrong. I checked I need to check something right here. I hit the wrong little camera button there, and I had the wrong logo on your feed. So now I got it fixed. There it is.
You had me as a dog groomer or something?
No, I had you as quick marked.
Oh,
But that's okay. That's all right.
confused me with
You go
Keith
to,
Durham.
You go to quick mart every once in a while. The buttons are side by side.
I got a good story about that after I went.
Do you?
My engine, my gas, not engine. I hope it doesn't come on. My gas light came on, and so
Yeah.
I needed some gas, and it was Sunday. So anytime the NASCAR is having a race,
Oh yeah.
you get 22 cents off at Quick Mart at all Shell stations. So I drove over here by the Tractor Supply Quick Mart, pulled in there, and I had some rewards on my Shell rewards. I already had some discount on that,
Sure.
plus my 22 cents. And
Sure.
wound up buying gas for $3.02 a gallon. I was like,
Well, that's
all
pretty
right.
cool. That's neat.
That was good.
Yeah. Anytime you can save money on gas, you want to do
So
it.
download the app, the Shell app, and then you opt into the NASCAR race, and you get 22 cents off because Shell is a sponsor of Joey Logano, and that's his number on
Number
the
22.
NASCAR.
Cool. But it has to be on a Sunday though.
It has to be on the day of the
On
race.
the day of the race,
If
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
if it's on a Saturday, you get it that Saturday. But most races are on Sunday.
Yeah, they are. That's true. That's most of them. Now, is the U.S. Open this week?
The British Open.
The British Open. That's right. It's the British Open.
Yep.
Okay. I usually watch some of that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's a little different.
Yeah.
You don't see all the trees.
It's the links course.
You get the mounds, and you get these big old bunkers.
All right.
Those big sand traps that they go in there and they swallow you up. You can't see the golfer. And
No. Do you remember the year that John Daly won it?
yes, I do.
He was killing it.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Anyway.
Yep. Stuart Sink
Stuart
from Florence,
Sink
Alabama
from Florence
won
won it once. Yeah, sure did. I watched that entire tournament.
He beat Tom Watson in the playoff.
That's
and
right.
The sentimental favorite was
Tom
Tom Watson
Watson,
because
yeah.
he was like in his 50s at that time.
Right.
And it would have been a great victory for him, but I was pulling for Stewart too.
Yeah,
but,
it was kind of a hard thing, really, because
but everybody hated it that Tom Watson didn't win.
that's true. That's true. But anyway, it was his turn.
It was.
Yeah.
And
Stewart Sink.
Tom
deserved
Watson
it.
had every chance, and it just
Oh, yeah.
Stewart played
Just
better in
didn't-
the playoff
Yep,
hopes.
didn't work. I remember also Ben Crenshaw winning the Masters
After his coach
after his coach died. Man, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty emotional for him.
It was. It was fun to watch. It was very fun to watch. And Harvey Pinnock
Yeah, that's his name.
was his coach and mentor.
Very good, Jeff.
Yeah,
Good memory there.
I do have a memory. So I saw some things. Teresa says I don't remember much. There are a lot of things I try to
You
forget.
got selective hearing when you're at home.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I try to forget. That's for sure. Anyway, hey, but what about this daylight saving time thing?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up too.
I was going to say, what do you think about it?
That's interesting. I mean, the House has already passed it. It's in the Senate.
Yeah.
I guess there's critics for it. I saw some comments that say, well, let's just do 30 minutes and make everybody happy. And I thought, I don't know about that.
That's funny.
I mean, change it to 30 minutes, I guess. How would you do that?
I don't know how you would do that.
On a certain day at a certain time, we're all going to change our clocks 30 minutes.
We're all going to, instead of being 1 o'clock, it's going to be 12:30.
Yeah, we're going to give you 30 more minutes of your life back.
As far as I'm concerned, it's okay to stay daylight saving time.
The biggest critics I saw was, they did this way back in the 70s.
Yeah.
When the first oil crisis came along, like in 74 or something like that.
Right.
And trying to save energy and all that. But the biggest critic is that the kids will have to wait in the dark for a school bus in the wintertime because sunrise won't come around till about 7:30, 7:45.
Right.
So, but
Yeah, that was
People- I
the
don't know.
criticism. But a lot of people, very few kids ride the buses anymore. It seems that all the cars,
I know.
there's a
don't
million cars at the schools.
Well, they still got a bunch of school buses.
They
over
do
there.
they do run buses. No, they do. But I'm amazed at how many car rides there are.
Yeah, carpooling.
Yeah.
I was in elementary school. That's what I did. We carpooled. My mother drove like one day a week.
Oh, really?
We had 5 kids, and all the mothers had a certain day they drove.
Oh, really? Well, that's neat.
So that was, I didn't have to ride the bus. Now, I had to ride the bus. I grew up in Florence, and that's back when integration had started back in the late 60s, but
Yeah.
I went to middle school in the mid 70s, and they bused us over to
Yeah.
across town.
Yeah.
And so I had to ride the bus those 2 years. Worst, I hated it. I did not
Didn't
like
like
to ride
it.
the bus.
I rode school bus most of my elementary school years. In fact, all of them.
Well, they would pick us up at the junior high. We had 7th and 8th grade. It was Appleby Junior High down there.
Yeah.
And they would pick us up, and then they would drive to Powell Elementary. And they would, I can remember kids standing in the aisleways. And I thought, that would never happen today. You have a crash, those kids are vulnerable. They're going to be flying around everywhere.
Yeah. Did you ever miss the bus?
You know what? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I probably did. But
I did a time or two. It'd make my mom really mad.
Had to get out and take you to school.
We had a pretty long driveway when I was elementary school, and there was a time or two that I didn't get out there in time. Yeah.
Well, you used to see the shelters for the bus stops.
Yeah.
The kids would, if it was raining, they'd have a place to get out of the rain and wait for the bus.
Yeah.
And now you don't see that as much.
No, you don't.
Those shelters.
Yeah, they used to have them at the end of people's driveways
Yeah.
or end of a road or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There were a lot of good memories on the buses though when I was a kid too. It was fun sometimes. It was time for us to kids would chat and carry on, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I always caused trouble, I think. Me and the bus driver didn't get along.
Well, that was kind of a thing too. I look back actually, and I'm a little bit ashamed of myself about how
you acted?
how I acted on the bus and taunted the bus driver.
Yeah.
It was my bad. It wasn't his fault. It was mine.
But you didn't know any different than.
I'm going to admit it. It was my doing. Sure enough. Hey, well, I don't know if you're ready for a phone call or not, but we got one itching to get in.
Okay, I'll try.
Hey, good morning. You're on with us.
Well, I'm resting from struggling with my hole puncher. My clips won't fit right, so I'm using clothespins sorting through stuff. So I want to throw some things out for some ideas y'all might want to discuss or not. I did some research. By the way, if it's not me, it's somebody I know that knows somebody. Bankruptcy generally cannot erase child support and alimony obligations. I didn't even know they had alimony anymore, but another term is called domestic support obligation. Maybe one of those non-disclosure clauses most of us don't know about. Anyway, and also a lot of student loans, and I was wondering if he knew, is this because parents or grandparents are signing for them and then they can't pay them off? Another one is income loss is the biggest, with job or disability causing them to have to give up their jobs, unaffordable mortgages, living beyond means, and student loss. But more important than this is I want to figure out how Jeff got Realtor of the Year. What was the basis? I'm not shocked or surprised, just puzzled.
Oh,
Hey, some of that was a little bit of a joke. Hood and Hester Realty and Auction Company was the Advocate puts that on, and we were voted #1 Realty and Auction Company.
Oh, well, okay. Well, sometimes name recognition doesn't always get it just because some people talk to you later.
Yeah.
well,
We may take up some of that later. You got some other stuff going. So
well,
whatever.
I don't really know the bankruptcy laws, so
Yeah.
I can't answer those correctly. I could look it up and tell you next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I don't. If you can get around bankruptcy, there's a lot of attorneys that's what they do. They specialize in bankruptcy.
Sure.
There's some people, I guess, that need to go through it, but I try to tell people how to get
Try
out of
to
debt
avoid it if you can. That's right.
because it stays with you afterwards. And I don't know. I mean, it may not. They may be. I've heard of guys running up credit card bills to run their business, and then they file bankruptcy, and they may do it through their corporation, and it doesn't affect their personal credit standing. So I don't know.
There is a lot of tricks to the trade, I guess.
I
But,
guess there
but
is.
But I'm not. I'm not up on it either. You'd have to be pretty slick to do all that, I guess.
Well, you got to do the right thing.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Bible says stay out of debt.
Do the right
first of
thing.
all, but
That's right.
pay your debtors back. And,
That's right.
well, I'll check that out. It'll be interesting. Now, another thing I want to check out, and this is kind of speaking to real estate, is this reverse mortgages. They've changed the rules about those a little bit.
Oh, really?
So I'll do some research. Let me write that down before I'll forget it. But bankruptcies and reverse mortgages. We'll try
That's
to.
interesting.
We'll try
Yeah,
to,
those are. Of course, you see a lot of commercials regarding those things.
Yeah.
And they may be right for some people, but and may benefit some. But I have a big question mark about it. I'll just put it that way.
Well, I took up Miss Peggy's idea about some seminars. So I've got some seminar schedules in August
Okay.
at the Lawrence County Library.
Okay. Well, good deal.
So we're going to do some of those. It'll be talking about Medicare, because Medicare season comes up October 15th. That's when you can change your Medicare Advantage or your drug plans.
Right.
You can change your supplements anytime during the year.
Right.
But the government says only from October 15th to December 7th can you change.
I'm having to sign up for that. It's that time for me.
Yeah,
this coming
yeah.
month.
You'll be
In
big
August.
6'5" next
Yeah,
month.
Next month I hit it. So
I'll be 6'4".
Yeah.
I can't wait till I get to 6'5" so I can get there.
I guess so. Yeah. So
I
there
tell
we go.
people the 65 is the new 16. Remember, you couldn't wait to get 16 to get your license.
Yeah, now
I
it's-
can't wait to get 65 to get my Medicare.
You know, I guess I should feel that way, but I don't.
Well, it's confusing, and you probably have gotten a whole forest of paperwork.
Yeah,
mailed to you.
it's very confusing.
Yeah, they've killed a lot of trees just to tell you about Medicare.
And it's and every one of them bombards you with you need to do this come to us, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
the best.
What in the world? It's just over and over and over. But anyway, I finally settled in, I think, where I'm going to be. So we'll see.
Early voting starts Friday.
It does, doesn't it? Early voting's
For
Friday.
the August primaries. And,
This Friday?
This Friday.
This coming Friday.
Yep,
Okay.
saw that in the paper this morning, actually.
Now, that's early voting for the general, right?
the primaries, the Democrat and Republican primaries, and then they'll have the general election in November.
Okay.
That's where Marcia Blackburn.
Well, I'm talking about our local races.
Yes, I think that's coming up too.
The local races, the primaries already happened.
Yeah,
So
I think that's
so
the general election is this August
for the local races, yes.
for the county races.
Yeah,
that's
for the
going
county
on?
county races that are going on, I think
I
it's
know the city races will be in November.
I guess so. Yeah.
We need to double check that.
Yeah, we do, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about it
Yeah,
on the county offices.
I think you are. 'Cause they're
But yeah, you're
politicking
right.
pretty heavy right now.
Do what now?
They're politicking pretty
They
heavy.
are. Yes, there's a lot of politicking going on. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Marcia Blackburn still has I tried to look for some polls, but there's really no updated polls. I
Well-
did read that Blackburn was up 20 points over Rose, but I think it's closer than that.
I think it is too, but she has the advantage of name recognition
Yeah.
and big bucks.
Oh yeah,
A lot of money.
yeah. And I guess Trump endorsed her.
Trump endorsed her. And I guess that's expected because of where she was and her position and how long she's been there and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a sure bet,
Yeah.
to do that. I'm kind well, I don't need to make a lot more comment, but
Well,
But,
I mean, and I also read where like 25% of the Republicans are still undecided about the governor's race.
yeah, I think there's a lot of undecided.
So I think it'll be closer than what they're saying.
And I think it seems that Rose is making some headway in it.
It does.
I don't know.
It does.
So we'll see. We shall see. But that primary is in August.
It is in August.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but early voting starts.
I haven't
Friday.
heard. I haven't heard of a Democrat candidate for governor.
Jerry Green. She's the front runner on the Democrat side.
I had no idea. I wouldn't have known at all.
I saw a poll.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any advertising for her whatsoever.
I haven't either. So that's where I just found her name looking this up.
Okay.
And then they had a poll, Blackburn against her, and of course Blackburn was running away with it. Like,
Yeah.
the state of Tennessee is going to vote Republican.
Well, I would think so. We have
Until they-
for the last several years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, very, very good. Don't forget, we mentioned already the concert tomorrow night. All that. So
Yeah.
You plan on going?
I'm
I'm going to try to make it.
I don't know. I've got
I haven't got my ticket, but I think you'll be able to get tickets at the door.
at the door.
I think you will.
That's what I did last Sunday.
Yeah, I did too. We did too. We got tickets at the door.
I tried to go online and I couldn't. It was just probably me. I just
They do have an online way to get them. I guess look at Crockett Theater, Lawrenceburg, and you can probably find a way to get to them.
it wasn't a problem. I mean, I just walked up there and she said, "Where do you want to sit?" And I
Yeah.
said, "In the lower level somewhere."
Yeah, yep.
So it was okay.
I asked for an aisle seat and got one. So, but we were toward the back, which is where I wanted to. So.
You sit in that big seat.
No, I was on the side. I asked for one because I like those seats where I can just curl up in there.
Yeah, I saw Big John Coach Weathers there. I said, "Yes, you need one of them big seats."
Need
there.
a big seat. You know what those were for originally, don't you?
What was that?
For you and your honey to sit together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least that's what I thought.
Well, when you're two skinny teenagers, you both can fit
two
in
little-
there.
That's what I thought they were for anyway.
Yeah.
Just so you could sit side by
Now
side.
you'd sit in and have to have somebody on your lap. You could, you take up all the room.
Yeah, we used to sit in the theater and smooch.
Okay.
Don't tell me you never done that.
Oh. I'll take the fifth on that one.
All right.
The 21st Century Road to the Housing Act. That was a big real estate bill that was passed last week or went into law last week.
Yeah.
As I said, Trump didn't sign it, but he didn't veto it, so it automatically went into law 10 days after
Yes.
while they were waiting for him to sign it. And he's upset with trying to get his, what'd you call the Secure Act?
It's the Save America Act.
Save America Act. That's it, Save America Act.
What was the name of the bill?
The 21st Century Road to Housing Act.
I'm going to do something. What is the 21st Century Road to Housing Act?
Yep.
Okay, so you probably got more details. I just want.
Well, I got a few. I'm still kind of. Well, a lot of people are still kind of in the. How is this going to affect us?
Right. How
down
is
the
this going to
road?
affect us?
The one thing I did come across, I watched a couple of things about it, or more than a couple, probably a half a dozen. But the one theme that I did say is it's not going to change everything overnight, because as one guy said, we didn't get this way overnight, and it's not going to change overnight.
No.
But the housing before 2008, and of course, going back in history there, that was the big recession. That's when the collapse of the secondary mortgage market went down, where they were just loaning money out left and right.
Right.
And then a lot of people were on those variable loans, and then when their loan got called, they didn't have the money to pay for them, and then all of a sudden they went under, and it caused a ripple effect in our economy. But before then, these big corporations were buying commercial real estate. They weren't interested in single family real estate. But now, after that, they started buying up these single family homes and big packs.
Yes.
And some of them, like BlackRock and some of these big ones, they were buying these things up, and not to sell them, but to rent them out or to lease them out.
Right.
And
right.
so part of this new act is they can only do 350 of those. So but they can keep the inventory they already have. They don't have to get rid of what they have right now.
Right.
But they can't do any future buying of thousands and thousands of homes in places. Now that doesn't happen here in Lawrence County. This is happening in these bigger areas,
Yes.
like Nashville and so forth.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things what it's gonna do is cause houses to go back on the market. So when you get a surplus, that's going to lower the price. Right now, I saw where the median price for a home is $429,300 in the United States. I don't know what it is here in Tennessee or in Lawrence County.
It's not that much.
No, I know that, but $429,000 is quite a bit of money for somebody, especially a first-time home buyer.
Yeah.
And if you're single, I mean, if you're just trying to buy something on one income instead of a joint income.
Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of money.
And 43 million people spend 30% of their income on housing.
Yeah.
Which is quite a bit. I mean, but that's kind of the norm. That is kind of the norm.
Yeah, it is.
And then, but 12 million people spend 50% of their income on rent. So
yeah,
rental,
that's out of whack.
Yeah, rent has gone up.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they want to encourage people to look into these modular homes. So there was a law on there that if you had a pre-manufactured home, you had to have a chassis on it because it was supposed to be mobile.
Right.
And that was an antiquated law. It came back from back in the 70s.
Yeah.
So they got rid of that. So now the modular home builders don't have to put a chassis on these things, because most of the modular homes are going to a place and sitting there, and they're staying there forever.
Yes.
It's not like back in the day when they had wheels on your home, they drove it into a trailer park.
Yes.
And then they go, hey, I got transferred,
right.
Down
right.
the road, I need to move. So they just hook it up and
right.
pay the cost of moving their house to another place.
Yeah.
Well, that they're taking that away, which will save about $5,000 to $10,000 on the price of a modular home.
Or maybe more.
Or yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And all this is down the road too. I mean,
sure.
Like I said, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're doing that, and they're speeding up the loans to build modular homes. So there's a lot of people, and of course my show and my practice is about retirement, but how's this going to affect retirees? Well, if you've been thinking about scaling down and getting out of that big house that you don't need anymore and not having to heat and cool all of it, now may be the time, because I see prices going down a little bit with the new, if they do have a building spurt.
Yeah.
Now they may not, and then the price may stay the same, and they probably go up. And historically, real estate has been one of the best investments because it has gone up
Yeah.
most years, except for when that 2007, 8, and 9 happened, in 10 even.
Yeah.
You saw that. Were you in the real estate business
Oh
then?
yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you saw that
Yeah.
trend. I mean, you were like, wow, this is crazy because
Yep.
prices are going down.
Yep.
Because there wasn't as many buyers because what they did was they started tightening up the credit rules.
Right.
You know, used to you had to have 20% down on a house, and there was no programs out there for the first time home buyers or for the down payment assistance. Now you got all these different programs.
Right.
And you got what is it called, private mortgage insurance, PMI.
Yes.
So now you can buy that, so you don't have to have your 20% down.
Yeah.
So that's making it where access to home ownership has gotten easier.
Yes.
And you tell me if I'm wrong about this. You know more about this, but
No, you're on the you're in the right track. Yeah.
but I mean it's they're trying to find ways to make housing more affordable to people.
Yeah.
People, you know, there's a lot of people that don't care to pay rent. They just don't want to live in an apartment. They'd rather live in a house.
That's true.
So that's where these corporations saw this demand from those kind of consumers. So they started buying up all these houses and turning around and doing a lease option to them.
Sure.
And I guess some of them might be a lease to own. That's a
Some
popular
could be
thing.
that they could be.
And we're talking about a lot of things that don't happen here in Lawrence County.
Not necessarily, but on a smaller scale, they are.
Right.
On a much smaller scale. But they do, come into play.
Well, going back to retirees, I mean, I'll have more about this next week, or if I'll do my research about this reverse mortgages too. I'll try to do something about that.
Yeah, I would be curious to know more about that. Just because I'm not interested in using it, but it's just something that I'd like to know more about.
But I mean, it gives you something else to think about.
Sure.
If you don't have anybody to leave your property to,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying, I mean, it may not be that. It may be you don't have anybody interested in your property
Yes.
to leave it to. They don't care. They've moved somewhere else. They're not interested in coming back to Lawrence County.
Yeah.
Mom, you go do what you want to with it. But she may be saying, I need the income off of it, so I may do me a reverse mortgage. Look into that. So we'll talk about that.
Interesting.
But retirees wanting to scale down a little bit and get in a smaller house, I think that's, not only for first-time home buyers, these modular homes, but also for retirees that are on a limited income.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the last few years has been these tiny homes. I've seen people downsize to those.
Yes.
They get rid of a lot of stuff in their life, and their kids don't live here anymore, and people want to keep their homes for those days that they come back.
Yeah.
And it may be one time a year at Christmas or Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
or come back in the summer at 4th of July or whatever. But the other days that those rooms are not being used, and you're still having to heat and cool those rooms. I mean,
Yeah.
even though you may close the doors off and all that, but that's something to think about as a retiree.
Well, a lot of people and families that I run into here, of course, may have, real deep family roots and ties to their property, and they want to hang on to it. Even though maybe the house is not exactly what they need, they're not interested in moving.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. We like where we are. We're going to stay here. But that's not everybody, and there's a lot of movement even at that. So.
Well, I was going to ask you about the local market right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to the two title companies. Well, two
Yeah.
of the title companies.
Yeah.
I guess there's more than that here, but
Yeah, there are.
they're real busy right now.
They are busy. There's a lot of real estate activity right now. It really, really is. We're blessed to have that, I guess. And the prices have held for fairly steady over the past couple of years, I guess. There are pockets, there are places where and I've got homes that have sit seemingly too long, and then I've got some that just fly off the shelf as soon as you get one up. It's just amazing. Of course, like anything, like always in real estate, location is everything.
Yeah, location.
Location is everything, and when it comes to selling your home, of course, condition plays a lot into it nowadays because there's appraisals and there's inspections and all that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of moving parts to getting the house closed.
Well, since you brought up appraisals, that's part of what's in this new bill. Is I think it's something to do with when an appraisal comes back that the person doesn't agree with. Like, if, say
Yes.
you got a $300,000 home and they come back and say, "Yeah, it's only worth $250,000," and you go, "Wait a minute, no."
Yeah.
So there's going to be some new ways to appeal that appraisal.
Yeah, there's always been an avenue to do that.
Right.
It may, but it's.
I think it's going to be made easier to
But
do.
it may be easier now with this new bill. I don't know. I haven't run into that a lot. It's happened on a few deals over the years where you get an appraisal in that seemingly is low, and you can challenge it with their comparables and things like that, and ask for a second review or something like that. So,
Well, you know, the big stink right now is the raising of the taxable value of your property.
yes.
So how should people look at that? How should people, if they go, well, the state of Tennessee has valued my property at this much,
Right.
but that's not the market value.
Well,
How close is, I guess my question is, how close is that state
To
appraisal
actual
is to a market?
well, they're probably closer now than they have been to actual market value
Since they raised them up.
Seriously,
Yeah.
because in general, real estate prices here have increased since the last appraisals were done. Of course, this was a state mandated appraisal that has to be done every so often, and so they do that. But we've had David Morgan in here talking about how that they'll adjust the tax rate where you're not going to have to pay very much more taxes, but your tax, but your assessed value is going to be adjusted. Mine was adjusted in a big way. Of course, I bought some more property that joins us, and so mine more than doubled. It went way up, but was understandable because I bought some more property that joined our place and all that kind of stuff. So I've got a significantly different tax burden now for that matter. But I took it on purpose. so there you go. But in general, and it's always been this way since I have been selling real estate. In general, most people would not take, let's say your property, for instance, you've got a house and you look at your tax assessment and it says it's worth, $350,000. And I said, well, I'll give you $350,000. You probably wouldn't take it because your house is probably worth more than they've got it appraised for.
Yeah.
And most people have, through the years, traditionally have been in that circumstance. And even mine, even though it went up, I'm not interested in selling. But I don't know if someone came and offered me the new appraised value that I'd like, no, I'm not interested in selling at that price. And most people are in that position, even though it went up.
Well, are you seeing people coming from different areas, just like the West Coast?
Uh-huh.
Their real estate prices are way different than ours here.
Yes.
So they may have had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch house and made $700,000 off of it.
Right.
I mean, after they paid it off and all that.
Pocketed a lot of change.
Right. Now they got $700,000 in their pocket and they come to Middle Tennessee and they're willing to pay the list price sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you see that happening?
Well, I recently sold a piece of property for a little more than what we were asking, because it was a very, very nice home. There was a lot of people looking all at once, and there were competitive offers. So that happens.
Well, I know it was happening up in the Nashville area.
Yeah.
That people were running to the real estate offices to sign the paperwork at that price before somebody else could outbid them for it.
Yeah, that happened a lot a few years ago. It's not happening as much
It's not now, yeah.
It's not happening as much now.
But that was interesting to hear those stories about that.
Yeah.
So,
But in this case, it was a cash deal, and they didn't have to have an appraisal. They could pay what they wanted to for it. So so there you go.
Well, another thing they're doing is trying to cut out the regulations
Yeah.
about home building and getting all those permits and such. And that they threw out a figure that could cost a builder $130,000 more. And I don't know if that, of course, that's not just the permits, because there's no municipality charging that much, I don't think, especially not around here. But it might have been like, certain modifications or certain ways to do, the electric or plumbing or whatever it may be, the HVAC system or whatever. And there's some things in there that they're trying to
They're trying to take out some of the regulations to
Yes.
make it a little less cumbersome to get something done.
Yes,
Yeah.
and less expensive.
Less expensive,
So they can, that's why I see. That's why I think I see where the prices may be going down because of that, and let the free market work. I mean, if you're a builder versus this other builder, you want my business, but this guy wants my business. So who's going to give me the best deal? So
Right.
you got these two guys competing against each other for I want to build a house. How much are you going to build it for? How much are you going to build it for?
Yeah.
So
And at the same time, I understand the need to protect consumers on this too.
yeah, you don't want a shoddy house.
Right. There's a need for regulations. There's a need for building codes. There's a need for all that kind of stuff to stop unscrupulous builders from taking advantage of people.
Where I came from down in Baldwin County for the last 5 years,
Yes.
what's going on down there is this farmland, these farmers are dying off.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are not farmers. They went to college to be other things.
Right.
And so they don't even live there anymore. And
Right.
so they just want the money out of the property, out of the land. And so they're
Yeah.
selling to these big developers.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you got 100 houses in this subdivision
Yeah.
within 6 months.
Right.
I mean,
It's crazy.
They're just throwing them up.
Let's take a phone call. Hey, good morning.
You got 100 houses in this subdivision in 6 months.
Hey, you're on with us.
It's crazy.
Hey, turn your radio down. You're on with us.
Let's take a phone call. Good morning. You got 100 houses in this subdivision in 6 months.
He don't know he's
you're
on.
with us. Hey, turn your radio down. You're on with us. Let's take a phone call.
Hey there, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All
There
right.
you are.
Now you can talk to us.
Hey, I've not ever called. I didn't know exactly how to do this.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
fine.
wanted to just touch on this, and I know there are a lot of other people that are getting these letters in the mail from people wanting to buy your land,
Yes.
even phone calls.
Yes.
But we get them, at least twice a week or more than that. Could you touch on that? I know that one may be appealing to some older people.
Yes.
That may sound very good to them. Well, let's do this, and we can buy something else, or put a smaller house and downsize.
Right.
In that regard. So, if you could touch on that, I'd appreciate that.
Well, I certainly will. And Stanley may want to weigh in on that as
That's
well.
more of your expertise
I
than
certainly
mine.
will.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All
you
right.
for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Well, I would say, there's a lot of that kind of stuff that does happen.
Yeah.
And some of it's out of town stuff. Some of it may be local as
Well,
well.
what they're doing, they're looking at public records.
Yeah, they're looking at public records because your information is available to them, and they can get online and find it, and they can send out mailers and all that kind of stuff, and they may or may not have a real buyer. They may, and sometimes there's people that just actually send a letter and actually make an offer on your property, but they're doing it in order to get in front of you, and the fine print will come along when they actually get right down to the brass tacks. I ran across this not too long ago with someone that I'm helping now, and he had received a letter of somebody that wanted to buy his house, and it was an out-of-town outfit, had never seen his house physically. It was just one of those mailer things, and he got excited about the dollar amount, but knowing what I know, and knowing that those people had never seen this house, that house would not go for anywhere near what they're telling him they'd give him for that house. So you got to be really careful. So find somebody local that you can trust, and talk to them if you're really serious about selling. Then so you receive something like that. Get some good advice from people that really know the local market.
Well,
and because they can wrap you up in a contract and then tell you everything that's wrong with the house and beat you down and all that kind of stuff. And there's just a lot of stuff like that. And of course, the land the same way. There's a lot of people looking to buy land in this area from somewhere else. They want. I had a call not too long ago. I've got a subdivision listed with one of the local builders. Had a call from a company out of town that wanted to buy the entire subdivision.
Wow.
And of course, he's not interested in selling because he wants to build houses himself here and all that kind of stuff. So there's that kind of thing that's happening from because Tennessee is such a magnet state right now. There's still a lot of people that will be coming, whether we like it or not. We're on the radar as one of the best places to live in the country. And
Did you see?
And
there was this study last week saying it was the worst state to live in.
yeah, but that was a bogus study.
That was from a leftist group.
Yeah, it was.
And they were talking about anyway.
Yeah, they can go jump in a lake. So.
Yeah.
Someone else may want to talk to us. It looks like. Yeah, you back? Are you back again?
Yes, another thing though, with when you raise this price of your property, and you really don't know if it'll sell for that or not.
Right.
I don't know which comes first. I know. Okay, the insurance companies, I don't know if they go up and they do it based on that, but your house coverage will also be going up too based on that because they have access to those files. Rarely does your home insurance go down.
Rarely does nothing go down.
Well, I know it, but I was just going to throw that up. There's always other things, you know what I'm saying, that affects it because everybody. So people are not just protesting that. But to me, my home, it isn't an investment, but it's my home. It's not something. To me, it's not in the same category as a retirement plan or a rental property. Those are things you can get and not affect your quality of life, but your home is your quality of life.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Peggy. All right. Well, hey, we're getting close. We got about 5-6 minutes left.
And what it goes back to what she was saying a few months ago or a few weeks ago about, you can be wealthy on net worth on paper, but now have no cash.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you are in your house. When you get your house paid for, it's yours. You don't have a mortgage on it anymore. Nobody can come in and foreclose on you. But the insurance company is kind of still controlling it because what happens if you lose it in a tornado or a fire? Then you're at the mercy of the insurance company to tell you what they're going to, you've got this policy, and what she's talking about is replacement costs.
Yeah.
So we don't want to pay any more premium than we have to. I understand that.
Sure.
But you don't want to be caught underinsured either. If you want the same, if you lost your house, total loss, you want to be able to build something comparable back to it. Well, it's going to cost you more to build it back today than it did 20, 30 years ago. Right. So you got to make sure your coverage is going to be
absolutely
comparable to what the prices are today.
Absolutely. Well, Stanley Wilson here with Harvest Financial, and of course, financial planning is his game and profession. Been doing it for many, many years, haven't you?
Yeah. Next month it'll be 43 years.
43 years. You've made a career of that. That's been.
I've tried to leave it a couple of times, but.
Well,
back in the early days.
Back in the early days, and you settled in and knew it was your calling finally.
Well, I just accepted it.
Yeah, there you go.
Then you wind up old.
Well, how can people reach you if they want to get serious about financial planning and
931-242-4495. 931-242-4495.
242.
And I got some big announcements coming up in the next few weeks, so things are looking ahead for my office and some other things too.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm very glad to hear it. And you said you're working on some seminars for the local library, going to be available to come to.
Yep, we'll start those in August, and I'm going to try to find some information about Social Security. I even went down to the Social Security office the other day to ask if I could find somebody to come up here and talk about it.
Yeah,
but I haven't heard back from them, so I may have to.
We need a Social Security expert.
Yeah, I'd love to have the manager
to
come up here and talk.
Yeah. What about you mentioned the Medicare and the all that kind of stuff. You have some, I guess, expertise in this, right?
Yeah, I've been around that since
You've been around
1986.
that, so that might be something. That might be something we go into detail about at some point.
It's not my favorite subject, but
Or you can bring somebody in that you want to talk with about it or something like
I
that.
could.
Yeah, something
I could.
like that.
I'm meeting a gentleman today at 9:30 that probably has more insight on a lot of things than I do. So.
Yeah, yeah. I'm learning a little bit about it now that I have to.
Well, and going back to the young lady that called about the getting calls about the land.
Yes.
You're going to get those calls because it's kind of like you don't go buy. Now, some people buy a car every 6 months or a year.
Right.
I don't. I buy a car maybe every 5 years now.
Yeah.
Try to get as most I can out of a car.
Yeah.
But it's not until you pay attention to the ads.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the market for a car, so I'm going to pay more attention to those car ads.
Yeah.
But it used to be I might click off and go to a different channel.
Yeah.
If it didn't interest me.
Yeah.
So that's what these people are doing about land. They're trying to find that person that's like, you know what, I've been thinking about selling my land.
Yeah.
And
They're just fishing. They're throwing out a
that's
net.
right.
They're
That's
throwing
right.
out a net, and hopefully they find somebody. Here's something else that happens that I'll comment on is you hear these commercials, especially out of Nashville, a guaranteed offer on your home.
Oh, yeah.
These guaranteed offers on your home. Guaranteed offer. Well, pay attention to that wording because I can guarantee an offer.
Sure. It may not be what you want to hear.
I can guarantee you an offer on your home.
Yeah.
I understand. So I don't play that game, but if I wanted to, I could put on a commercial and tell everybody in the world that I can guarantee them an offer on their home.
Well,
You understand? But the offer may not be what I mean. That's a play on words to get attention and to say, hey, that guy is guaranteeing us an offer on our home. Blah blah. And look, that guy's been very successful, and several other companies have too. They will make an offer on your home, but it may not be one that you can accept, and it may be. But anyway, just be careful is all I'm saying.
well, I mean, it's like anything, a car
Yeah.
or a piece of antique. I
Yes.
can make you a guaranteed offer.
Make you a guaranteed offer. That's right. All right.
Well, thank you.
Stanley. Good to have you, buddy.
We're
that
halfway
hour
through
went by pretty fast.
Well, we're halfway through the week, and today's the 15th of July. We're almost halfway through the month.
That's right. That's right. Don't forget the concert tomorrow night at the Crockett Theater.
And early voting starts Friday.
Early voting starts Friday. We'll see you next time. I turn that off.